Alright, so my name is Skylar Hyde. I am a nursing student at Aiken Tech, and today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about global mission trips and the impact we can have on the lives of people in need. So in doing so, I'm going to be hoping to persuade you all to go on an international mission trip of your own by talking about reasons that keep people from going on international missions and the best reasons to go. So what would you say if I told you that half of the world's population, totaling up to about 3 billion people, live on just $2.50 a day? Not only that, but UNICEF, in their most recent statistic, stated that 21,000 children die every single day due to poverty. And living in America, we don't often see, if ever, that type of poverty. We aren't driving to school or driving to work and look out of our window and see, children just like sitting on the edge of the street, completely starving by themselves with no one to look after them. So I personally have been on 3 international mission trips, and I've seen firsthand the quality of life that these people live in and day out. So in this speech, I'll talk about people who write off international missions because they would rather help our own country, or people who feel that maybe donating their money to an organization that's helping a third world country, or just a person they know that's going on a trip, is the best way to impact these countries. Or a person who is just looking for a reason to go, looking for something that would motivate them to go out and make a change. So let's begin with the idea of helping our own country over other countries. One of the most common reasons that people do not like to go to other countries to help others is because they would rather put their time and effort, and honestly their money, into helping people in our own country. So first off, I just want to say that I agree that is a good thing to do. It's important to help our country, and I agree that our country is dealing with its own issues, such as poverty and hunger. I saw a statistic while doing my research that 1 in 6 children in America die due to hunger-related issues. So I understand that America does have its own issues, but I want to say that poverty in America is not like it is in third world countries. Victims of poverty in third world countries have no sort of help. They receive no help from the government, such as food stamps, Medicaid, or child services. They have no sort of help. So when you look at someone who's dealing with homelessness or dealing with poverty in America, they have somewhere that they can go to receive some sort of help from someone who's better off than them. The government can donate them money. They can go to an outreach organization to receive help. Someone who's dealing with homelessness can go to a shelter where they can expect some sort of meal at night and a warm bed to sleep on. In the morning they can expect maybe a breakfast, and then they can go out and look for a job the next day, and if it doesn't work out for them that day, they know they can go back to that homeless shelter and do the same thing that evening. But when you look at people dealing with poverty, people dealing with homelessness in third world countries, they don't have a government to help them. They don't have some sort of thing that they can look up to and hope and expect that they've got food coming their way that evening. And taking it one step further, in America, if you think locally, we have organizations that help out these people. You just here in our area, I know that in Augusta there's Gap Ministries downtown. In the area there's Kimona, and there's Salvation Army, there's Goodwill, there's shelters and things like that they all exist simply to help the people that are dealing with homelessness and dealing with poverty. And another reason is that poverty in America is not as common as it is in third world countries. According to Merriam-Webster, one dictionary definition for poverty is debility due to malnutrition. And so while there is poverty in many parts of the United States, most of them, as I stated before, receive some sort of help from the government or local shelters, and that often comes in the form of food. So if you go to a shelter at night, you're going to find dinner, and you might get breakfast in the morning, as I stated before. But the people in the third world countries, they don't have anybody who's giving them food. The mom and the dad often go out every day or for days just to go out and work and try and bring back any food that they can for their families. And children often go, multiple days without eating anything because there's just no food to find, there's no food to get, and the parents don't have money to buy food for them. So another reason that people don't want to help people in other countries firsthand is because they would rather fund organizations that are already doing so, or fund another person's trip, which I believe is a great way to help out. It is a good alternative to going on a trip firsthand. But I just want to say that you have to be careful where your money goes to. There are Plenty of charities that are reputable and are doing good work, but according to Robert Lupton, the author of Toxic Charity, he said that 85% of aid money given to African countries never even reaches its targeted area. And this is because most governments and countries like that have some sort of corruption going on. The money that's donated to them is used for completely other things. I can say firsthand, I went on a trip down to Haiti, and while there, I got to speak to the owner of the organization through which our team was working. And he told me that in 1 year, the country of Haiti receives millions of dollars from organizations, from private donors, and things like that, hoping to better the country of Haiti. But in reality, what's happening is because of the corrupt government, they are holding on to all the money that's being given to the country, and they're using it for personal gain. So the president may be building a new home somewhere else in Haiti, on a nice beach somewhere in Haiti that's got, and then using that money to build a wall around it to fortify the area, or he may be giving it to other government officials, or using it to better Haiti's stance internationally. But what's not happening is the money's not trickling down and going to where it's supposed to go. So the roads aren't being fixed in Haiti. Houses aren't being built so that the thousands of people that live and no sort of structure have a place to go, and there's no food that's being distributed to people who are dealing with extreme hunger. And this is just an absolutely terrible thing because we don't know that's happening. We donate our money that we have, and we think we're doing a great work. We're donating these organizations, but I just say again, you've got to be careful. Just make sure that your charity is reputable and that they are showing where their money is going. So there are charities out there that exist, such as Water Aid, Samaritan's Purse, Compassion International, and MAP International. All of those are reputable charities. As I stated before, donating money is not bad as long as it's going to a reputable charity, but it's nothing like going to the country firsthand and seeing the way that you can help. So on the other hand, some people are just not sure why they should go on a trip, or they're looking for a good reason, which is perfectly fine. So in my opinion, there's just too many reasons to count, but in my experience, I have seen firsthand how these mission trips can change the lives of people in need. And that, for me, is the best reason to go. The impact you can have on a person's life is absolutely unbelievable. For example, you could go on a medical mission trip and you could free someone from some sort of pain that they're dealing with. You could go on a construction mission trip and help build a house for a family that, like I said, in Haiti isn't living in any sort of shelter. They might be living in a tent among other thousands of tents, people who don't have any sort of house to live in. You could go on just a VBS trip, where you're just Vacation Bible School, where your sole purpose to be there is just to bring joy to these children who have been forced to grow up so much faster than they should have had to. You could be talking to a 10-year-old who's talking back to you like they're 30 because they've had life experience that they should have never been forced to deal with, and this is just because of the area that they've grown up with, the circumstances that they've grown up with, and taking that one step further, the impact left on you throughout your trip, I can promise you, is going to be even bigger than anything you could do for the people that you're serving. It's a great way for you to just gain a new perspective on life and to see the things that you can be thankful for. So now that I've addressed the most common reasons that people don't go on international mission trips and the best reasons to go, I hope that you feel persuaded to go on a trip of your own. And I encourage you to get involved with a local outreach program of some sort and to find a way to go on an international mission trip to see the change firsthand. And I do personally believe that together we can change the world for the better. Thank you.